Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
We're a little earlier than usual, so I'm hoping it doesn't throw people off too much. Turn the volume down here, okay. I don't want to ruin everybody's normal routines if they're used to us. Gorilla Grodd and Fire Guy Ryan are already in the chat. Ryan, you're driving in a car. Please be very careful the way you do this. Los is here. Carlos, good to see you. Tacoma Comics, good morning, sir. And White Whale Comics just posted his video on Michael Turner's art. So when we're done here, after you've hit my like button, make sure you check out Alex's new video, because I'm definitely watching that today. And the girls, Michael Turner is an awesome artist who passed away very young, and his art is incredible. I have a bunch of his comics. We're definitely going to watch this video later. It's really cool. So yes, it is Kate's birthday party today, so we're getting started a little earlier than usual just to make sure that we kind of fit everything in. So much to do. I'm going to be cooking bacon like crazy today. Kate wanted BLTs as dinner tonight for the whole party. So I'm going to be cooking bacon. I'm going to smell like bacon, which is not a bad thing, all day long. Tacoma is a local, yes, to Ryan. Marvel Joe, good morning. Kachung, I'm glad you're in here. We'll get to you in a little bit. Marvel Joe again. Just a Rican, good morning, yes. Sorry to all the vegans or vegetarians that might be watching the channel, but yes, we are big bacon fans at this house. And we try to have BLTs once a month, give or take. And Kate definitely wanted that for her birthday. So tonight I'm cooking a whole lot of bacon, or this afternoon, I should say, a whole lot of bacon. So welcome to Saturday Morning Comics, where my girls and I, we go through a little bit of what we've been reading. Charlie and Kate have pulled out a bunch of cool books, including a really sweet act of kindness, an early Christmas present that we got just last night. And I didn't unbox it for all of you. I just unboxed it for Alec. So do you want to start with Alec's gift, Charlie?
Yeah.
Because Charlie wanted to share that this morning because she was reading that pretty extensively last night. All right.
I actually
Put your feet on there. You're going to shake it, and then the camera gets all whoop. This is what Alex sent the girls last night. Look at the size of this thing.
And I finished it last night.
Bone, Volume 1, this epic edition. And you finished how much?
You
finished.
That's Kate's.
That's where Kate's bookmark is already?
Yeah.
You read part 1 or book 1? Out of Boneville?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you like about this comic?
Well, I really like it because he has 3 cousins. So it's him, his name's Bone Bone, then he has Phony Bone and Smiley Bone. And they're all really funny. Smiley's the funniest, and this is Thorn on the cover. And she's taking care of him because he got out of Boneville. That's where they're all called something Bone.
Right.
And he's really funny. I especially like Phony Bone. He's the funniest.
Yeah, we were reading a little bit of it last night just to get it kind of started. I was doing kind of funny voices, and then Charlie just took it and ran with it.
And these little creatures are called rat creatures, even though they don't really look like rats. And I really like them because they're a little bit cute and they talk, especially their baby ones. So I really like that book.
And Kate, you'd read some Bone already, right? What did you think?
It's like a prelude, I think.
This one is, or the one you read?
The one I read.
Okay, so it's like it shows them in Boneville, maybe.
No, it doesn't have those guys in it.
It should no, Kate. That's the one we read. Was the one before that.
That's what I just said.
So it's a prequel of this one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying they love bacon. Happy birthday, Kate. Birthday cake and bacon. Pasta carbonara is a pasta with bacon on it. That's a delicious pasta, right?
Eat that.
That's a good one. They read a lot. Bedtime at my house is a 7 to like 9 o'clock time frame. At 7 o'clock, everybody brushes their teeth, gets their pajamas on, and all that kind of stuff. And then I usually read with them a little bit, or Becky reads with them a little bit, and then they just read until they pass out. So there's a potential. Sometimes we go in to turn lights off at 9:30, and they're still reading. So there's a lot of reading time that happens in there. A lot of comics that are getting passed around, or a lot of novels that are getting passed around. So do you have a book you wanted to share? You have actual books that you were reading, right?
I have 2 actual books.
And 1 comic.
No spoilers.
One called The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan.
Rick Riordan, yeah. So this is, for those that don't know, Percy Jackson and the Olympians is a series that Rick Riordan did. This is the follow-up series called Heroes of Olympus. This is book 1. My students donated a lot of money to my Scholastic Book Club for my classroom, and I got a whole set of this. And Kate loved Percy Jackson, and Charlie loves Percy Jackson. So I thought they might enjoy reading this other series. How do you like this? How is this compared to the original series?
I like this one.
This one's better than the original. Wow, that's a big compliment.
It's not as funny, but it's more like adventurous or like dangerous at the same time.
Bueller doesn't need anybody to hand him coffee. He's in the chat. He's tired because Bueller live streamed for about 3 hours last night. And I watched, I would say, almost 3/4 of it. He had his own show with Simple Man Comics, and he went right into the comic core with Matt Thanatos and C. Woodard and all those guys. The Great Legend was on back pain medicine. And I gotta say, seeing Matt on there was a riot. Everybody should go to the comic core. And I just want you to find the bit where the camera gets stuck on Matt, and he's the only one that notices. And Matt starts talking to the chat about how it's stuck on him. And then he starts doing like dramatic readings of how to take a drink when the camera is on him. And then Bueller starts talking, and Matt starts miming Bueller at the exact same time. Oh no, am I struggling here? Uh-oh. Shoot, hopefully you didn't get lost. But it was Matt miming Bueller was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And I mean, it was just a riot. Even if you don't watch the entire comic core, which had really great funny moments. Paige, Bueller's daughter Paige, showed up, and she came in and told a funny story about Bueller. It was a really entertaining comic core. But that little bit, Matt was a riot. It was hysterical. I could not stop laughing. And he didn't want to tell anybody because he didn't want to ruin it. So he just kept playing with it. Like, it was just, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to build it up too much, but I was laughing a lot. So go over and find that video if you can, because it was a very enjoyable one. What's going on?
We got 8 likes.
We already have 8 likes, and there's 17 people, so we got half of them to be happy about it. Bueller says, "Good morning, girls. Great talking with you both the other night." It was the highlight of their night.
Yes.
Chatting with Bueller. They get Alec every week, so they do say hi to Alec every time. But seeing Bueller was like, what? This is real? Yeah. It was very entertaining.
It was mind blown.
Mind blown. So for me, of course, the #1 book I read this week had to be Old Man Hawkeye. I just want to tell you real quickly, character deaths, new characters that show up, plot twists. The penultimate issue was excellent. And I'm already frustrated that apparently they're starting Old Man Quill with the same writer, which means I can't just dismiss that as being garbage. Apparently, it could potentially actually be good. So I'm disappointed that I might have to actually pick that one up next as well, because Old Man Hawkeye is ending beautifully, and it was a great read. What's your next one, Charlie?
Gem.
Oh, yeah. We went to my comic shop, and they had a bunch of the Gem and the Misfits books. Here, can we...
Gem. The first one I got.
It's got a little bit of stickers all over it. For $1, they had their dollar bins, a bunch of Gem and the Misfits. What did you want to say?
When I first got, because someone gave me the first book in the AOK.
Oh, did Big Will give you the Gem?
Jeffrey.
Oh, Jeffrey sent a Gem and the holograms?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just kept finding these ones in Kenny's shop.
Yeah, so Charlie enjoyed the AOK one that we got, and so she's been reading up on those a lot. Just a Rican, Rod's in the room. And he's got a potential new idea for a show that I'm looking forward to. So if you haven't subscribed to Just a Rican yet, check in on his channel. He's an awesome dude, and his Instagram is on fire. So definitely check in on him. Which, by the way, at the end of this, we're announcing the winner to Charlie's Instagram contest. She picked her winner just before we went live, so we have her personal winner. I'm almost at 600 subscribers or followers on Instagram. I just hit 250 here, so thank you all. This is like crazy that many people care at all what we're doing. So thank you all for that. But Just a Rican, check him out on Instagram and on YouTube, because he's got big stuff coming up. All right, Kate, what is your next one?
Cleopatra in Space.
Ooh, yeah, and I have one of these in my classroom. Or is this the one from my classroom? Yeah. A friend of mine bought a bunch of graphic novels for my students, including this one, Cleopatra in Space, which is kind of a fun history, sci-fi, adventure story. Sorry, did I block your face?
Cleopatra, she gets sucked to the future.
You seem very sleepy.
She got sucked to the future.
No.
Yes. And she has a new outfit, and she has a blaster, as you can see. And on the back, there's a little Sphinx, like car thing.
The author is Mike Mayhack. Mayhack? Mayhack.
Mayhack, not Mayhack.
You hack it out.
Hey, girls, real quick, can you give out one recommendation? Mr. Garrell says he's got 2 daughters. Oh, no, sorry, he's got a daughter, and he wants to know what books you'd recommend for her to read if you wanted her to like comic books. If you could pick like one comic book that you like the most.
I know. There are these series where they do like princesses, but they draw them really cute, and they do really funny things.
So the Disney princesses stories?
It's like different ones.
How old is your daughter?
Ooh, that's a good question. Depending on the age, it might be different, but the Disney princess one would work for most ages, right? And also Charlie's a big Archie fan. So those 2 would definitely be on Charlie's list. What about you, Kate, real quickly?
Richie Rich.
Richie Rich.
It's really fun.
And my comic shop always has those in like the 50-cent dollar bin kind of spots. So those are good ones to buy. And I know you're a classic X-Men girl. As far as
X-Men's good.
As far as stuff that might be a little more violent or a little more action packed. She's 8. So there you go, right in between the screens here.
Gem would work.
Gem and the Misfits and Gem and the Holograms.
Language in some spots.
A little bit? Okay. So there's a few for you, Mr. Garrell. Hopefully you can check out some of those. So you've had 2. My second one has to be this one, and I know Bueller's talked about it. Everybody's talking about Heroes in Crisis. It's just a great story. And I will say my comic shop still has issues 1 and 2 on their shelf. If you haven't read any of them, just go grab them. It's a 9-issue story. They're a third of the way done. You won't be disappointed. I didn't know anything about some of these characters. What's his name? Booster Gold. I'd never really read Booster Gold before. And so there's a lot of like side characters I'm learning about, but more than that, it's really an environment or a setting that they're promoting. And it's really, really interesting. So definitely check those out. Brandon Sawinski's here. And you know what, Stawinski consistently in those auctions that Legend runs, Brandon has some amazing things. I've bid on your stuff and I always seem to lose out. But Brandon Stawinski, if you follow him, next time that Legend's running an auction, check in on Brandon Stawinski if he's in there, because he's always giving out dope stuff in there. Kachung says he's reading Heroes in Crisis this morning. I think I'm going to probably end up rereading the whole set because there's so much going on. Tom King, I mean, I love his Batman, loved his Vision run, and now he's doing this great Heroes in Crisis. It's really, really good. So much going on. All right, last books. Who's got one last book?
No, I have actually 2.
Yeah, well, you're going to put them together because it's issues 14 and 15. They go together. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm going to block us a little here, Kate.
This one is about everybody is going away. Like all the Gems and the Misfits are breaking up.
The band is breaking up.
This one, that's why she's crying, because she's gonna go leave and she really likes her. And then, but in this one, it's the same thing happening, but they can't sing and they can't go on stage because one of their friends that is the singer is named Pizzazz.
His name is Pizza?
No,
No.
pizzazz.
Pizzazz.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
And she is the really main singer.
Hmm.
So, but her voice is not like, she lost her voice. So it's really scratchy and she can't sing. So they said that she can't go and sing and that they can't do a tour.
So drama in the band.
Yes. And then this one, in the end, since everyone's coming back together, there's one girl named Jerica who is part of the gem. And she gets turned into like this weird kind of monster as part of her.
Hmm.
And she turns one with it. And then it kind of makes her, she makes all her friends go to get knocked out. And when she wakes them back up, they will have white eyes.
Ooh,
And
so
she
they're
says,
like
what have I done? 'Cause she doesn't know.
some magical power
Yeah.
controlling them. Ooh, very exciting.
Yes.
Plot twist.
Chester Rican says, I can't get bacon out of my head, and I don't have any.
That's a crime. To have bacon, desire, and no way to fulfill that.
Yes.
So we'll try to just send some wafting through the internet to you, Rod, just so that you can enjoy that. Looks like Marvel Joe liked some of those ideas for his daughter as well. Barbarian Kung Fu, thank you for stopping in, brother. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of good people in the chat this morning. I appreciate that people could show up a little earlier than our normal time for this. Now, I will say my third, oh no, it's Kate's third book. I'll go then. My third book, I don't have in a hard form. I've been reading it digitally on Marvel Unlimited. Ryan has mentioned a lot of stuff for me to read, and I'm trying to read all of it. And then Reggie did a video on a random run where he talked about the Brian Michael Bendis's New Avengers from 2003 or 4, and that was one that that Ryan had also mentioned. So I loaded it on my iPad. It's the storyline where it's after House of M and the Avengers are broken up and they have to stop an event at the Raft prison, and a new Avengers team sort of just randomly forms. And then how do they stay together? You know, the Sentry plays a very big part. Spider-Woman plays a big part. So I've been reading it on there. I'm already like 15 issues in, and it's great. It was so good that I went online just out of curiosity to see if anybody was selling a bunch of the issues as a lot, because I know there's only like one key in the whole thing. The only key book is the first appearance of Hawkeye as Ronin, and it's like an $8 book. Somebody was selling the whole lot for 40 cents a book. It was great. So eventually I'm going to probably have a few of those issues to enjoy. But for now I'm reading them digitally, and it's just a really, really, really good read. It also makes me wish I could find a way to get that First Sentry book, but that book is spiking like crazy as well. So that's a great read if you haven't read New Avengers. The problem is there's like 3 comic books that were called New Avengers, and 2 of them were written by Brian Michael Bendis. So you got to make sure you find the one from 2004 or 2003. It's the team has Wolverine and Spider-Man and Spider-Woman and Captain America and the Sentry, Iron Man. It's a good team. It's a good team.
Sentry?
The Sentry, he was a superhero that was kind of like Marvel's version of Superman. He had the long cape and, you know.
Because Gem, when she turns into Gem in the Gem books, she has something called Synergy.
Gotcha.
And so she taps her ear and she's like, Showtime, and she turns into Gem.
Gotcha. Well, and Brandon Snoosey says he's got the whole thing. I want to read about the Marvel Illuminati, and the Illuminati play a big part. These are the Marvel superheroes trying to control the bigger issues in the Marvel universe. You got Doctor Strange, and you've got what's his name, the Inhumans. What's the boss of the Inhumans? The guy that can't speak.
Kingpin?
No, sorry. Jeez, that's gonna drive me crazy.
Oh, Black Bolt.
Black Bolt. Wow, nailed that. That was awesome. Black Bolt, Namor. There's that whole group of the Illuminati, and Iron Man a part of that. Tony Sanders, good morning. Secret Avengers are Chung-'s favorite Avengers. Sam's Tangled Webs read all of that new Avengers run, and it's not bad. I agree. It's a really, really great run. Okay, so we have one last book for Kate to share, and then Charlie's going to announce the winner of our contest for Charlie picked her favorite Art Germ cover. She went through all the people that tagged me on Instagram and picked the winner, and I'm super pumped that the winner is in the chat. And I'm not going to give away who the winner is.
Wait, he's still here?
He is right there. All right.
Well, I have an X-23 all-new Wolverine.
So
with
we got a bunch of these from Big Will, and I think you and both read the entire run at least once at this point,
Yes.
right? Did you say Booster Gold was a side character? He's the greatest character. White Whale. I think I've offended White Whale twice this last week. Once by insinuating that that Big B Wolf was the animal sidekick to Snow White in Fables, and now apparently by claiming that Booster Gold is a side character. I may stand by both of those comments just to see your responses. So Big Will sent us an entire run of the all-new Wolverine, and you picked issue 5. Why did you pick this one?
I like Wasp, and she's on the cover, and I like this run.
So there's Wasp. I don't know how she got so tiny with Wolverine. Wolverine doesn't shrink. Does she shrink in this one?
Yeah.
Ooh, exciting.
But she shrinks because she puts on the Ant-Man suit. Without the mask, though.
Nice. Yeah, they don't do the mask like in the movies, right? Apparently breathing is not affected in the comic books the way it is in the movies.
Can I say
Right.
the winner now?
All right. So did you want to say anything about this all-new Wolverine yet? Or are you good with that?
I'm good.
All right.
Okay.
So this is all of the books that we were going to share. Thank you for stopping in, Tony Sanders. I really appreciate it. Unforgivable, says White Whale. Oh, man. Mr. Garrell says he read those 4 Illuminati. It was really great. Thanks. Now I'm chasing those. All right. So if you want to see the other books that were nominated, we have a hashtag on Instagram. Charlie's Art Germ cover contest. I think somebody started. So it's a ridiculously long. I tend to like ridiculously long hashtags.
Ready?
Charlie looked through. I think there were about 15 books, 16 books, and I had decided before she picks that if anybody had like the same cover 3 times and she picked that cover, I was going to award all of those people. But she picked somebody who only one person picked this cover. So who picked the cover that you liked, Charlie?
Drum roll. Ka-ching.
Ka-chung! You posted a picture of a Supergirl cover. I want to say it was issue 33 or 13. It ends with a 3. I'm not sure. And it was a foil variant Art Germ cover. This was, I think, just a couple of weeks ago this book came out, maybe 3. And you even photographed it so that you could see her eyes, the way that the light changed in her eyes. Charlie dug it. Charlie was excited for it. So Ka-chung, you're the winner. Hit me up on Instagram with the address you want me to send this prize to. And Charlie and I are going to package this up. We might even make a little video of packaging it up. And if we do, Ka-chung, I'll tell you not to watch it, just so that you don't see what we put in the box.
So we should put
And then later you can check it out when you get it.
Like somebody should be in the chat.
Oh, we can't control Ka-chung, but he would definitely not want to be spoiled on the gift. So if I told him that it was going to be online, he wouldn't watch. He's a good
like,
guy.
Woohoo!
I agree, Tim. It was a great cover, and I will say Charlie liked a whole bunch of them. She loved the Mira cover. She hadn't seen that one before.
I liked one of the Supergirl with the kitty.
Yeah, there was a Supergirl with her cat. That was a cute one.
And I believe there was another Supergirl, but that one wasn't foiled.
And all those Catwoman ones that you've looked at a bunch, because I own all those Catwoman ones. You were like, that's a great one. That's a great. There were no bad ones, right? No bad ones. That was why you picked this. You love Art Germ. So that was our Art Germ contest, and I'll do a live boxing video, not an unboxing video. So you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy your day. Hopefully you read some good comics this week as well. Yeah, our video keeps doing something funny. I don't know what's going on.
Went wrong. Tap again.
I don't know what's going on with the video. Anyways, congrats to Ka-chung. Thank you for participating in Charlie's first contest. Good work, Charlie, picking a winner. And we'll see you guys Wednesday night on my channel. I got Jeffrey Comic-Con Henson, and we're reading an independent book from Image called Die, issue number 1. It's not that other comic called Die, Die, Die. This is just one die.
You're like, die. Issue number 1.
I had to pause, because if I don't pause, then they might think there's another Die, Die, Die. So check out my channel. Wednesday night, we'll have Jeffrey and Alec and I will be breaking down Die number 1. Then Friday night, the following Friday the 7th, I'm on The Hunt with Jeffrey, JD, who's in the chat, Tony, who's in the chat. We're on Tony's channel. Hey, Tom's here. Good morning, Tom.
Tom, you missed the winner.
Charlie announced the winner of her Art Germ contest, Tom, and it's Kachung, who's in the chat and is always in your chats as well. So that's going to be coming up on Friday on The Hunt. I'll be unveiling some books that I got in The Hunt. It's actually perfect that that Tom is here, because I was going to briefly comment on something that Tom and Bueller and several people are trying to put together. And there's a great Facebook idea that Tom has been talking about a little bit, and we're trying to figure out a way to get this sort of community, a resource that we could all really be utilizing. So you'll hear more about that in the future. Ryan is kind of organizing a lot of the planning for this, with the brainchild from Tom and Bueller and all these other great people. So I'm helping out. I'm involved in some fashion, and we're just trying to iron out some details. But hopefully through into the new year, now that it's December and into January, you're going to hear a little bit more about this platform and kind of some of the cool things that we can be doing with it. And hopefully it becomes a tool that works really well and just really makes this more manageable. There's so many people producing so many things. We want to have a way to kind of make that really streamlined. So pay attention. That's coming up in the future too. So thanks everybody for jumping in. I got 17 likes and 20 people. I don't know how I could do a whole lot better than that. That's a pretty good percentage.
20 people?
Oh, and Kachung said he just won a contest yesterday. All my good luck apparently floated over to you. So now you're on the roll. So keep it up.
Keep it up.
Everybody, have a great weekend. Thank you for coming by.
Bye.
Bye, Comic Tom. Thanks for telling me I did a good job.
Bye, guys.